Do you guys know what the W stands for in 5W30 or 5W40? Because you see that on oil bottles all the time, and I'm sure someone told you that it's probably weight, because God knows my dad told me that, and someone's grandpa probably told you that, but it means winters. So the first number right here is the viscosity of the oil when it's cold or wintertime. And the 30 right here is when the engine's warmed up, right? Normal operating temperature. So what does 530 or what does 1030, 2050, 020 mean? So this car right here is a turboed car from the factory. These things typically use like a 530 or a 540. But if you have a brand new car, say like my Genesis, they require a thinner oil because they're a little bit more advanced than these oldies right here. The engine's a little tighter and a lot of like little sensors and stuff requires thinner oil. So some new cars will actually come in like 020 or something, because once you start the car, that oil has to flow ASAP to lubricate all these points, or else you'll have wear. I mean, every time you turn on your car, it actually wears out your engine because oil doesn't instantly go up and go through all the orifices, right? And that's why most new cars need a really light oil, because it's like comparing water and molasses, right? If you pour molasses down a drain, it's going to take so much longer than water. Essentially, that's what you want at cold start. You want the oil to flow real fast to lubricate all the points in the engine so you don't have wear. And sometimes when I start this car, actually most of the time, you'll hear like a little tick and then it goes away. Same with the Miata, and not like valve tick, but just like there's some tick. And that's just because the oil is circulating through the system. Kind of like when you change your oil and your filter is empty, you hear a slight tick, like a slight weird engine sound. Essentially, that's what it is. If the heavier the first number is, the slower it goes through the system when it's cold. If you're not sure what engine oil you need for your car, you should probably look at your owner's manual, because it'll say it on there. And if it's a cool, fancy engine build, ask your engine builder, and you know, they can tell you. But I gotta say, I use 540 on all of my cars, including the Integra, and that's not turboed or anything, just because the thicker the second number, by the way, the longer the oil stays on whatever metal surface it is. So the thicker the film, the thinner the second number is. So say this is a 20, the oil film doesn't stick around as much. So if you're really like on it with your car, you're taking it to the track or the canyons, you want the most protection. And I usually go with a 40. And I know a lot of people say, well, the thicker the second number, the least amount of horsepower you'll make, because there's a lot of friction and drag. I have no idea if that's true, but I always use 540 on all of my cars, including turbos, and I've never had issues. So there you go.